Hey, it's GT from Death Wears Bunny Slippers. We finally got the water out of level 3, so we're going to take a tour. We've actually spliced two videos together here. One is the tour that you're going to see. The other is opening the escape hatch. In real life, that happened a couple days later, but I just figured it made sense just to put it all together. So that's what you're going to see is we're finally getting down to level 3, and then we're going to talk about this escape hatch thing. So let's get right to the footage. So there's level 2. Level 2 is where all the springs are. Finally got enough water out to explore down here. So they left us a couple nice electric motors. What you're looking at here is the built-in septic system. Now it's about a 1,000-gallon tank. It's completely sealed, so there's no stinkiness and all that. As an aside, some of you asked why there was that methane gas that was in level 1. This is where I think it came from. I think over the years, some nastiness decomposed and it ventilated into level 1. That's just a theory. It's probably the best one I could come up with. Anyway, this is a septic system. It's got dual motors on it. These motors I can't use because they've been underwater for 30 years, but hopefully the pumps on them are good. But this had two functions. One, for septic, and for 2, there's a pump underneath level 3. So level 3 is steel, but then about 3 feet underneath of it is the concrete floor. Remember, these levels just hang from the ceiling, so there's actually a little crawl space under there. Well, there's a sump pump under there that would pump, in case there was some sort of leak, it would pump into this septic tank and then push the water and waste out. So this is a really important thing to get fixed, but it's going to be a challenge. It's probably not going to be a cheap one. I have to replace those motors, I have to make sure the pumps work. And again, it's all been underwater for 30 years. Anyway, back to the tour.
It's not in copper.
It isn't?
No.
You can see where it exits right
It is copper. Never mind. It's coated.
right there. You can see where it exits. As you can see, we already put some lighting in here. They didn't come with that. I just stepped on a fluorescent bulb from up there. We have not plugged those in. So here's the pump. This is our current pump, is what we've been using. So these are just a bunch of, there goes another fluorescent bulb under my feet. Christy, you want to look at these tags?
What?
So here's some tags that say when it was when the decommissioning took place. There's one of these that you can actually still see the date on it. Shut down due to deactivation. This one doesn't have the date on it, but the one that we found that had the date on it was 9 April 1986. So this was one of the later ones to get deactivated. This is actually another equipment room. Let's see. So right there, you're actually looking up through a hole where the equipment racks used to be on level 2. And a lot of it all came right down here. These were low-pass filters for the communication system. Now all of these that go out the side go to the antenna systems. So it looks like we have 6 there. So there's junction boxes and antenna systems outside. Most of the antenna systems are filled in with concrete slurry, which is unfortunate. I'm good, thanks. So, air conditioning blower system. It's all operational. We'll probably get the water out of it first. I wonder what kind of warranty this thing has. So here's the escape hatch. I decided to drill a hole in it just to test to see what we had on the other end.
Do it with your fingers.
Hold on.
That's manly sound.
We're
That's
through. We're through.
Oh, yeah.
That's more water pressure.
You know what that means? Soaking through sand. It can be easily fixed, but we got a 2-inch bolt goes down here, there, and down there, and that will separate those rings and open it up. But water coming out is a great sign, which means it's not filled with concrete, at least not all the way. So keep in mind, the videos you're gonna see here, again, about 3 to 5 days apart, I can't remember. We drilled a hole in it because I was really curious, would water come out? My fear would be is that it was full of concrete slurry. That was done on some sites, so we weren't sure at this point. And you're talking, at this point, we're about 50 feet underground, so you're talking about 3 feet in diameter by 50 feet down and then 10 feet horizontally of concrete slurry. So we're kind of nervous right now. So I drilled a hole hoping a bunch of water comes out, and it did. The next piece is, this is where we fast forward a few days, we wanted to open the escape hatch. What's kind of interesting is that if airmen had to escape, you can see how difficult that would be. You have to move these bolts a lot to open it. And in fact, there was a situation, one in particular, that we are going to talk about in the next week or two, that happened where they did have to use this escape, and they even commented on how long it took to open this door. It's a really good design, it's really secure, and it's blast proof, because remember, it has to be able to absorb that blast if there's a war. But as far as true escape, it isn't something that you want to have to get to in a hurry. Anyway, so let's take a look at the video where we drill that hole, and then we're going to go ahead and open that escape hatch. Just the top and bottom.
Yeah, we're actually getting pretty close, so.
Put your light right here and see the seam. Still greased up too.
That's just dirt. Shell?
Dirt and rock, yeah.
Yeah, I see shell in there. This is just silt that's washed through it.
You know what we want to do? So as you can see, we got fairly fortunate. We know at least the bottom part down here is mud. That's why I was excited to see water, and I was excited to see mud. That's actually a really good thing. But now we're going to kind of switch back to that footage of the tour and finish that up. So we'll let that go. This is one of my favorite pieces here. This is a motor, the gearbox system, and then it's a cam. So these cams would turn and operate these micro switches. Something that could be done with an iPhone today. So all stainless steel to activate these micro switches. I just find that really neat. We took this cover off. It was right there. And there's another one. That's I don't know why, but one of my favorite pieces. I think I actually want this to operate as kind of restore it and get it working and actually have it operate something when we reconstruct the house. Things in there. That's all we call that money. Anyway, I think that's a good tour of level 3. Got the pumps running. As always, we appreciate you watching Death Wears Bunny Slippers and watching these episodes. Hope you find it interesting. It's pretty exciting at this point. We basically have the water out of the entire facility, at least not the silo, but at least the launch control center and the tunnel. So that's super cool. And again, if you don't mind subscribing, sharing with your friends, whatever you can do, we always appreciate it. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.